Hello, I'm Duncan Farrington and welcome to Bottom Farm. Here we are in our grain store and we're going to take you around the farm to look at some of the things we do. One of the things we do here is we grow rapeseed and we make our mellow yellow cold pressed rapeseed oil with it. We are a leaf farm, we're a leaf demonstration farm, and we do lots of good things for growing food and for the environment around us. I'm standing on one of our footpaths, so you can come to our farm and go for a walk with your family and friends and see the English countryside at its best. I'm standing next to one of our leaf signs. We've got these around the farm and they give some nice messages on what it's all about being a leaf farmer. So for example, behind me here is some woodland. We planted these trees 40 years ago. They're really good for wildlife, good for birds and bugs and creatures and creepy crawlers. And these two trees I'm standing under are actually cherry trees. So they give us fruit we can eat as well. I'm just coming to look at one of our fields. We've got a crop of phacelia growing here. It's a funny old crop, but I'm going to dig down and see what we find underneath. It's quite firm here, but look, straight away as I've dug it out, look, can you see this? I'm going to break this open. A little tiny wiggly one there, and there's a bigger one next to it. Look at it, look, there's another one. But look, this is a great big juicy worm. Look at that. And we've got lots of these. It doesn't want to come out. I'm disturbing its little home. There's one worm. And look, there's another worm coming out. And these worms, if you've got worms in your soil like this, it means the soil is good and healthy. Here's the plant growing above the ground. But look, all these white bits, these are the roots that are going down into the soil. Look, that is a great big root. Oh, look, there's another worm escaping. Look, look. Worms and roots everywhere. So it's something that we're really conscious of on the farm, is to grow healthy crops. You need healthy soil, and to have healthy soil with healthy roots and lots of worms and things, it makes me as a farmer really happy, and it produces lots of good food for all of us to enjoy and eat. As well as being a leaf farm where we grow crops to something called Leaf Mart standards, which means that we grow them to high environmental and sustainable standards, I'm also a leaf demonstration farm. As the sign says here. But what does a demonstration farmer mean? What do I do? So I'm one of several farmers around Britain, and there's a few abroad as well, internationally, that welcome people to their farms and explain what they do on their farms. The general public, school children, university students, interest groups, and even we've had politicians and a member of the royal family here who have all been interested to come and see what we do on our farm, how we grow our crops, and also how we make our cold pressed rapeseed oil. So let's go and have a look in the factory. Follow me. So rapeseed, you see it in the countryside in April and May as those lovely yellow fields, but it's much later than that. We harvest it, and we harvest these little seeds. It's actually related to mustard, so it looks a little bit like mustard seeds. And these are actually full of oil. Although they're dry, inside each one of these seeds, if I can break it open, can you see there, it's yellow? And that, inside that yellow seed is lots, here we go, look. There, inside there is lots of healthy oil. So let's go and have a look, and we can see the oil being squeezed out of these seeds. Now we're at the point where it all happens. So if you look here, this is one of our oil presses. And when I touch this, it's warm. And what's happening is seed inside here, there, can you see? There is the seed, and it's going down, it's coming into here, and it's been squeezed at very, very high pressure. And now to the bottom, can you see this little trickle of oil here? This is what we're interested in. And I've got a spoon to show you, look. I'm not sure whether you can see that, but there is pure rapeseed oil, freshly squeezed from the seed. It's warm. and it doesn't get much better than that. When you get it, you have it in a bottle, and you can use it to fry your chips in, do roast potatoes. You can make salad dressings with it, bake cakes, and so much more. And it all comes from this simple process here of squeezing those seeds to get the oil out. And then the byproduct, this, which we're having here, these little worms, those are the bits of the seed where the oil hasn't come out, and we give those back to farmers to feed to their pigs and their cows, so they get a healthy diet too, so nothing is wasted. So we're now in our warehouse, and like our oil factory, we have solar panels on the roof of our factory and our warehouse, so everything we do is powered by the sun. But we're at the end of the process now. Here is a pallet of oil. This is ready to go to one of our customers. So everything that we make, it's pressed, it's filtered, we put it into bottles, and eventually we put it on a pallet here in our warehouse, and this will go off to one of our customers someday soon. Thank you for joining me today on a brief tour around Bottom Farm, which I hope you really enjoyed. From field right through to the finished bottle of oil that you may use at home. Please send in your questions, and then I will be live on an event with Leaf on the 5th of June, where we look forward to answering them. Thank you and goodbye.